You've seen it before. AI videos of cats starring in soap operas or robotic sales messages that sound like they're written by an electronic trash can or so. We call that AI slop. It's real popular right now. You probably have seen it there. Seems like it's all over the internet, all over YouTube and Instagram, TikTok, and other places. But here's the thing. AI doesn't have to turn us into slop machines. You like that little term, slop machines. You don't have to do that. Instead, we're going to use AI right, which actually, here's a concept, going to make us more human. Yes, and in business, it helps you to communicate with others more. Because in a world where there's way too much AI, some are saying, when you stand out as a genuine, authentic human being with a real message, you're helping them. It's not just some cardboard image on the screen, but rather, hey, it's just me here, but here's some information you can really use. Here's something that's going to change your life. That's going to help you to stand out. You see, I like to say it's not either or. It's both and. You want the AI there. Yeah, we're using it. But you also want that human connection. You put those together with the human connection overriding everything. This is what you're going to get. And in this episode, that's what I'm going to talk about, how you can use that to be able to get rid of the AI slop stuff and replace it with what I like to call our commerce. I talk about relationship marketing, and I say it's wonderful to have the e-commerce. That's real good. The electronics, we use that. I love it. But what matters is the R commerce. Matter of fact, wrote a book on that. Yeah, a while back. This is an old book, but we got it here. But I talked about relationship marketing. It's not about e-commerce, electronics. It's about the R commerce, which is relationships. And AI now wants that more than ever. Hi, I'm Terry Brock, and with Stark Raving Entrepreneurs, Gina Carr and she's my partner, and we talk about how you can use it and how you can use it in some ways to really build your business and make it work. So in this episode here, we're going to talk about what AI slop is, kind of things that are, how to spot it, and then, most importantly, how you can avoid it. Stay away from that, and how to use AI to build stronger human-to-human relationships. That's the key in business. So it'll be very much supportive, mutually beneficial. When you think about it, that's what business is all about. The free market is for people helping each other voluntarily, there's a key term, peacefully, another key term, and interacting with each other, helping each other. That's what the free market is all about. And so we want to stay away from what we're seeing with AI and some of this AI slop. The Guardian was telling us that magazine, or newspaper, I should say, over in England, talked about the AI slop. It's really just flooding YouTube and other channels with the surreal, low-quality content. It's just something that's manufactured. Also, the Washington Post talked about it's making creators that are making money by gaming this, which means they're getting a lot of clicks. People are watching that, but it doesn't really build relationships for long-term connections. What we're talking about is that long-term connection, not just a flashy video that got a bazillion, I think that's the exact number, a bazillion views. Good, but then what are you going to do next time, Sparky? Come on, you got to get with us here. And you know, this really matters because you see, if you're just feeding the noise, it's cheapening the authenticity that is so important. You want to make sure that your message is genuinely authentic. And how you do that? Well, again, it's not about the e-commerce, it's about the R-commerce. Building relationships. The R commerce means that you're developing human connections because in the state of business, when we're in business, we want to make sure that the needs are met on both sides. That's the beauty of the free market system. You've got people say, hey, I want to get what you've got there. I want to buy your bagels. I want to buy that car. I want to hire you to coach me on something. And what do you charge for that? You want to make sure that it's affordable to them and profitable to you as a provider. And we're all consumers as well. When we're buying something, we want to make sure we're getting value for it. Sure, we need to put our money down, but I also want to make sure I get, for every dollar I put down, I'm getting, in my mind, double, 5 times, 10 times value when I do that. And that is the key. You know, one of the ways that you can do this is to make sure that you're tying into the personal needs of people, what they've said they want. This means in the past, you'd keep track of what they say. If they say, yeah, you know, I really like the cars that are red. And let's say you're selling cars. And they say, yeah, I like red cars. You make a note of that. And smart salespeople then would say, she likes red cars. Okay, good. You make a note of that so the next time you see that person, you remember it. Of course, today, what we can do is we can let the AI remember that with their permission. Privacy is critical. So, with their permission, you're recording those kind of details that they choose to share with you. So, it's a matter of putting something together that doesn't say in an email, dear, and then in brackets, first name, da 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 da. Come on, we all know that's fake. But what you want to know is their real interests. What is it that they're looking at and what helps them and what are they looking for? Okay, now I want to give you 5 clear steps that'll help you to stomp out AI and to build your business using genuine, mutually beneficial, caring relationships, the R commerce. Number one, you want to pause before you post. So you want to find out, is this really adding value or is it just adding more noise? It's easy to create content today, easier than ever before, which means there's a bigger supply. But you know that old supply and demand thingy they told us about? I remember back in business school, they told us there were this thing, supply and demand, and you can never get rid of that. Hey, Congress, that's the way it works, okay? You can't get rid of that. Wish they'd learn, those knuckleheads would learn that. But that's a whole nother thing. But the idea is you want to think about what are the ramifications? How is this going to help people? What are the main things we want to do? For instance, what I'm looking at here is I know that you are probably experiencing some of this AI slop that's out there. And we feel like, oh, it's too much of it's too much. Well, here's a solution. The solution is our commerce. The R commerce, the relationship marketing, this is the key. And a critical component on that, one that I really like a lot, that we studied a lot in the MBA program, was market research. I remember going to a couple of different marketing research classes. I really liked it. It's kind of like a doctor would check your pulse and look in your mouth and go, oh, and whatever wonderful things the doctors do, they know that means something's okay, or, oh, there could be a problem over here, and they look into it more. Well, we as marketers have to be kind of doctors of the marketplace, doctors of our business, and to help our customers find the solutions for them. What you want to do is use your research. That's where we like tools like ChatGPT and their deep research. Oh my goodness, really in depth. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but I highly recommend looking into that. We've talked about that before here at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs, and that gives you a real advantage. We've also used Perplexity and their labs. Perplexity Labs, I think, is real good. Now they have a research as well. The labs goes even deeper and gives you even more. I'll tell you, this is a great tool that they have on Perplexity. I also like Grok. I use Grok because it gives me some answers that I might not get elsewhere. And I'm using those 3 predominantly. Now, there's some other good ones out there. Claude is great. I've used that and love it. Gemini from our friends at Google, coming out stronger and stronger all the time. And I'd be interested, what tools are you using? Please leave a comment in the notes below, however you're getting this video, and let us know what are some of the tools that you're using for AI. Is it ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Claude, maybe some others as well? Would love to hear from you on that. And here's something else that can help you that is really good. It's double down on storytelling. Find out what has worked, what is working for you, and what's working for others. As an example, one of the things that helped us recently, we were working with a client of ours who is a manufacturer in the gaming industry, something that we haven't done as much, but we did the gaming, looking at what they're doing there. And this company saw what we were doing. We gave them some extensive reports using the research capability, and they came back saying, wow, our people didn't even know about that. But we checked you out, Terry, and hey, it was true. What you said was right. Well, it's because we looked at the research. I looked at it from several different angles, went in depth on it. Yeah, it takes a little bit of study and work, but we're talking with the work we can get from Perplexity with their labs particularly, and what you can get from ChatGPT and their deep research today. This is at a PhD dissertation level of accuracy and differentiation. Real important to understand that. Understand how you can help people looking at what's going on. The research is great. Before, in the past, I'd go out like an idiot and go, oh, I think the market wants this. Well, okay, and I'd create the content. Can anyone relate to this? Create the content, it's going to be super duper. And then crickets. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, ah! I want it to get better. Well, by doing the research, you can find out this is what people are looking for. I can give you an inside tip just between you and me. When I came up with what I was going to talk about today, I saw there was a lot of interest in the AI slop that's out there. I hadn't heard that term before. Heard a couple of days ago when I started doing my research for this. And I thought, okay, let me do a little bit more research. So I went in depth with Grok, with Perplexity, with ChatGPT, looking at what's there. Got a host of information that I'll be using in my presentations when I do a lot of professional speaking for groups here and there, talking about that, and I customize that to them, make sure that it's really relevant to their industry. This is what you can do. Find out what's going on. Use the different tools. I really like Grok, Perplexity, and ChatGPT. Nothing against any of the others out there, and I use those too. But you want to find, I would say, at least 2, maybe even preferable 3. That way you're getting some different insights, looking at different kinds of areas that are of interest to them. Oh, and here's a biggie. What you want to do is you want to personalize with care. Make sure that what you're doing is you're finding out what it is that people are really interested in. Harvey Mackay talked about this years ago with his Mackay 66. Brilliant information. Harvey Mackay is a buddy of mine. We're in the Speaker Hall of Fame together as professional speakers. He has taught me so much and helped me a great deal. He talks about his Mackay 66, where you'd get, yes, their name and their address and phone number and those kind of things, but even more important, information like, what do they like? Did they like green or blue on this widget that you're selling? Or where did they go to school? Are they real big fans? Or are they cheers of this team or that team? How about politically? That's good to know, because if they're on this side and you're over on that side, make sure you tread carefully in that. In today's world, that could be bad. So just as you pick up little things about it, store that. Well, Harvey did that with paper and pen, which I think was great, still is good, but even better now today is to use AI, to start feeding that in there so that then when you talk to someone, you might talk to, say, hypothetical Margaret Smith, that could be a prospect of yours. You've met her, she just hasn't bought yet. Well, as you hear what she likes and what she doesn't like, you hear she's got a husband named Fred and they've got 3 kids that are in soccer or whatever, something like that. You find out about that and store it. And then AI can remember that so that the next time you talk to Margaret, my hypothetical Margaret here with air quotes, you can say, Margaret, nice to hear from you again. By the way, how is Fred doing? And are the kids still in soccer? Something like that is not fake. It's real. You're doing what human being to human being can do and make it real. This is critical. Oh, and this last one here, it's so important. It really just gets me when tell me if you can relate to this. Somebody you talk to and they go, how you doing? And they go into a long diatribe about a monologue really of what they're doing and how they're doing this and they do this. And they have what I call eye trouble. Now, I don't mean the letter I. I don't mean EYE. I do mean the letter I. Yeah, that's what I mean. See, Mom seems to say eye trouble or so, but really it's the letter I. They're always talking about themselves. Well, I did this, I do that, and I did this. And when I go here, I remember years ago, I had spoken at a group and I really enjoyed it. A great group here in Orlando, matter of fact. And I was out walking around, going over to Starbucks for some morning coffee, and I saw a woman who was from that group. She introduced herself, and I said, yeah, I think we met before, and we did. So I sat down, she had some coffee and I did. And the lady went on and on and on about herself just all the time. And she'd ask me, well, what do you think? I said, well, I think it could be. And then she'd interrupt to jump in with her ideas. We went on. I thought, let me just see how this goes. I had a little bit of time. And I was watching my watch and her watch and look over there and just see how long it's going to go. She went on for like 45 minutes talking about herself. And then finally she said, oh, well, I've been doing talking here. What about you, Terry? Where are you going? Or what are you doing these days? And I thought, well, okay. Well, let's see. I'm getting ready for tomorrow. I've got a trip out to Los Angeles. And she interrupted me right there and said, oh, Los Angeles. Well, I was in Los Angeles a month ago. And when I was there, I did da-da-da-da-da. And I thought, oh, man. I wished her well and went on my way. I don't think I've ever seen her since. Don't even remember the woman's name. So whoever it was. But nice lady. It's just concentrating only on herself. Think about that. What you want to do is you want to engage with others. You want to engage in conversation. Ask them. Do more listening than you do talking. Don't make it a monologue. I remember I was at a recent club here in Orlando, business club, and got together, and the person I was talking to just went on and on and on about himself and what he was doing. And we were talking about some issues. We got into a little bit of the politics. He would just go on and on and on. And I was saying, hey, it's me here talking. And he would just keep going as if he were talking to a robot. I thought, look, if you're going to do that, Sparky, just go over there and talk to the wall. You might as well, because this is not caring, not genuinely interested. A real professional interested in our commerce, relationship marketing is going to ask more questions. I like the idea of 4 to 1. 4 questions asking about them to every one time you talk about yourself. And that's not a rigid rule, but something like that can be really, really important. Think about it. Let me know in the comments below what you think about that whole approach and maybe any experiences that you've bumped into similar. So here's the important thing we want to remember from this. AI slop really is just the cruddy, no good fast food for the mind. There's some fast food that is good, but a lot of it is not, and that is not. You don't want that. Our commerce is a wonderful, delicious, nutritious, home-cooked meal where you build relationships. As if you had come over to our place here, and Gina and I were here, and we're in our condo looking out over the city of Orlando, and we say, hey, that was great. Come on into the family room, and let's talk about something. What's your beverage of choice? So I have some water. That's my favorite. The water, or whatever it might be for you, that's okay. We sit down, we have a nice, meaningful conversation with people who really care about what we're talking about. That's what you need to do in your marketing and using AI. Ask those people who are with you what it is that's going on with them. And one thing I'd like to do is to ask you about what is going on, what has helped you, and what kind of things have been most beneficial to you. Because we're here to help you. We being Gina Carr and me at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. You go over to starkravingentrepreneurs.com. You'll find out what we have for you to really help you develop the R-commerce and to make something of that can really help you. And we've got a special gift for you here, a tool that can help you and your team get up to speed on several AI packages. It's at AITools4biz.com. And remember, that is AI Tools, all in lowercase, the number 4, biz.com. AITools4biz.com. If you're catching this on audio, then just type that in over at your on your browser. You'll see it come up. And this is going to give you some really good information that'll help you ongoing on how to work with AI and what to do. AI is powerful. It's not taking the place of humans when done the right way. It is helping humans empowered to be closer and better in communication with other human beings. Mutually beneficial relationships that are peaceful. As long as it's peaceful, it's fine with me. You get out of the peaceful realm, I'm going to have some problems with that. Doing anything you want to do, as long as you don't harm others, you don't take their stuff. That's what we talk about here at Live and Let Live for Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. And hey, we got some other information for you as well that's going to help. Got another video that's right over here that's going to show you how to get started with that and how you can work with it and make AI a tool that will work for you. Let me know what you think of this. I really look forward to hearing from you. I'm Terry Brock. Thank you very much for joining me today.